there, I'm Allison, and this is my giant wall of blocks. There's no way anyone could get in here. Oh. You know, in today's story, God's family had to get past a huge city with giant walls, and it was not as easy as knocking these blocks down. The thing is, to get past those walls, they had to obey God. So here's our big idea. We can obey God. Let's do those motions together. We can obey God. Great job. Now let's go hear some more about this story. 1, 2, 3. Now, do you know what this is? It's a Bible, and it's all about God's story and how He rescued us. In the beginning, God made the whole world and everything in it. He made the sun and moon and planets and stars. He made forests and mountains and oceans. He made all kinds of animals, like lions and elephants and birds. Next, God made His most special creation of all, people like you and me. The first 2 people were named Adam and Eve. They lived in a beautiful garden filled with flowers and trees and fruit. They got to spend time with God every day, and it was good. Can you show good? Great job. Then something sad happened. Can you show me sad? A snake lied to Adam and Eve, and they believed him and disobeyed God. Then all the wrong things came into the world, like sickness and sadness and death. But the story doesn't stop there, because even though Adam and Eve disobeyed God, God still loved them just like He loves us. And He came up with a rescue plan so that Adam and Eve and you and me could be close to God again. And our rescuer is Jesus. Can you show me the sign for Jesus? Great job. Now, there was a guy named Joshua. God told him that He would lead His people, the Israelites, to a new home where they would be safe and would worship God all the time. This new home was... No, not a treehouse. No, not a spaceship. Their new home was a place called Canaan. But first, God wanted the Israelites to obey Him so that they could get to this new home. Remember, when we obey God, that means we listen to Him and do what He says. While Joshua and God's people were on their way to this new home, they came across a big city full of not very nice people. This city was called Jericho, and it had really high walls made of huge stones. There was no way they could climb over those walls on their own. The good news is that God can do anything, even defeat a big city like Jericho. Let's see what happens next.
God's story, Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. So part of God's story is about a guy named Joshua, and it goes like this. 40 years after God led His family out of Egypt and through the desert, He chose Joshua to lead them to an amazing home He had promised them called Canaan. Now, Canaan wasn't their home yet. Not really. See, people lived there already, in a big city called Jericho. They had heard how God parted the Red Sea and rained down food from heaven for His family. They had heard how God had led His family with a cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night. And they realized that if God wanted His family to move into Canaan, He would do something remarkable to get them there. So they were ready for an epic fight. In the past, that had really scared God's family. But here's the thing. God knew Jericho looked scary for His family. So when it was time to go, He reminded Joshua that He was in control. God said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua might have felt afraid, but he chose to be strong and courageous. Have you ever done something you know is right, even though you were scared? Anyway, for a while, God's family camped out, waiting to go in, wondering how to get through Jericho's walls. Then one night, Joshua looked up and saw a man standing in front of him. He was holding a sword and looked ready for battle, but Joshua didn't recognize him. He asked, "Are you on our side or our enemy's side?" The man said, "Neither. I'm on the Lord's side." At that moment, Joshua realized that it was God appearing as a soldier. He fell on his face and worshiped him. God was definitely with them and would lead the Israelites into Jericho. Well, after that, God told Joshua how to get through Jericho's walls. Here's what he told Joshua to do. March around the city once every day for 6 days. Have 7 priests get trumpets made out of ram's horns and carry them. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. The priests should blow the trumpets during the march. When they blow a long blast, all the men should shout. Then the walls will fall. Joshua might have wondered how walking and yelling would make walls fall, but he didn't question God. He trusted God, so he obeyed. And guess what? At the last trumpet blast, the walls fell, just like God said they would. God promised not to leave his family, and he didn't. He helped them get through an impossible wall and move into their new and beautiful home. And through Joshua, God would continue to help his family. In fact, Joshua finally became so sure of God's power that he was able to help others to be strong and courageous, just like God had helped him. And that's the story of Joshua. But you want to know the best part? God appeared as a man to show Joshua that he would fight for his family and bring them safely to their new home. Joshua had nothing to fear. And later, Jesus came to earth as a man to fight for us by taking our punishment for sin so that one day we can live with him in a perfect new home, which means we have nothing to fear. Like Joshua, we can be strong and courageous. And that's a part of God's story.
Wow! Did they obey God and do what he said? Yes. God told them to march around the city wall for 6 days, and then on the 7th day, he told them to shout and blow their trumpets. And then the walls fell down to the ground with a loud boom! Joshua and the Israelites obeyed God, and we can obey God too. I wonder, what's one way that you could obey God this week? You could do something kind and help someone. You could pray to God and ask him for help. You could follow directions when your parents ask you to do something. Those are all great ways to obey God. And even though we're not perfect and we don't always obey, God loves us no matter what. Let's pray to God right now. When we pray, that means we talk with God and listen to him. And he listens to us too. You can say these words after me. Hi, God. We love you. Help us to follow you. You are so powerful. Amen. Now, let's worship. We're going to give all our attention to Jesus. So let's stand up and sing as loud as you can while we sing this special song.
Tell me what to do, I'll do it. Tell me who to be, I'll be it. Show me what to see and I'll see it. You can be the boss of me. Oh, the boss of me. Oh,
Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to remind your parents to like and subscribe to this channel. And more importantly, remember, we can obey